Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do. We're on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. We have a huge, loaded NBA card today. 14 games. Damn near everybody's in action today, man. And y'all know the drill. We're finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. Last week, hey, it started off fairly rough for me. Y'all know me. I call a spade here on the jam session. But last couple days, Sunday, Saturday, we got back on track, man. So looking to keep the momentum rolling forward. I missed you guys yesterday. No NBA, but we're back at it today. Looking to keep the momentum rolling forward. We're enjoying a tremendous season. Playoffs on the horizon. Ton of games today. Not a whole lot of value in all honesty, but I'm finna walk you guys through every single game, let you know my thoughts in every single game, and hopefully we smash it per usual. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long and Instagram. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including my NBA play of the day, man. We've hit back-to-back on it. Looking for our third straight today. You guys can scoop it up today. Or you can hop on something long-term with the playoffs on the horizon and or baseball still going on, trying to attack baseball right now as well. So plenty of things you can get when you hop on something long-term with me at Pickdawgz Premium. Or you can join my All Access Club. Hey, we're pressing in the playoffs. We pressed our regular season. We made a really good amount of money in the regular season in the All Access Club. Looking to do the same in the postseason. You guys should think about joining. Information for that is in the description below. But look, Money Making Tuesday, 14 games. Without further ado, man, let's cook them up and try to smash it per usual. Without further ado, man, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done. First game up, we got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. They're out on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets, 12.5-point home dogs here. Look, my Mavs coming off the overtime game. What a cover. What a cover. I broke the curse. I was actually in the building. They should have lost that game. They should have lost. But Exum with the huge three. Then P.J. Washington with the timely corner threes in overtime to get us the cover. Luka with the layup was beautiful. The Mavs, man, are the number 2 ATS team in the NBA right now. The only team you've made more money betting this season than the Dallas Mavericks is the Orlando Magic. The Mavericks' best spot, their favorite spot, the spot they've made the most money in thus far this season, is the sizable road favorite. When they're the better team on the road, well, they have kicked the crap out of the teams they're supposed to, and I think that's exactly what we're looking at here. I'm not overly in love with the game. Them boys was tired after that last one. They were tired. But the Hornets have waved the white flag. They've been terrible on this homestand they've been on. I think this is like their 8th straight home game. It's pretty crazy. But the Mavs, 17-4 this season. ATS as a road favorite, man. Again, when they play a team they're supposed to kick the crowd out of on the road, that's exactly what they have done. I can't even look in the direction of Charlotte here. Give me my Mavs, the hottest team in basketball right now, low-key. The second best ATS team in basketball. Not jumping off. I see no reason to. Next game up, man, we got the Detroit Pistons out on the road facing the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers laying 15.5 here in this one. Sixers, one of the best ATS teams in the NBA. 45-34 against the number. That brings them in at number 3, right behind the Dallas Mavericks. Mavs hitting at a 59% clip. Philadelphia hitting at a 57. Orlando hitting at a 64. Look, Sixers, they've kind of been going balls to the wall recently since Embiid has been back. Even in the game against the Spurs, they should have lost that game. Double overtime game, we had the Spurs money line and plus the points. The Sixers found a way to cover in double overtime, man. It happens. It happens. You don't want the dog in overtime. Words from a wise man named Eric Pathy. Look, Am I rushing to like 15.5 with the Sixers? No, not really. But have the Pistons kind of waved the white flag? Yes, they have. The Sixers, they're really not a tough team to figure out when they have Embiid on the floor. If you think they're going to win the game, 9 times out of 10 they're going to cover. If you think they're going to lose the game, take the dog outright money line. Here, I don't necessarily think the Pistons are going to win the game outright. So I think the Sixers at home smash a team they're head and shoulders better than. I'm going to lean towards Philadelphia, laying the huge number. Not one of my favorite games, but the Sixers should smash them. We got the Indiana Pacers out on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Raptors, 11.5-point home dogs here. Raptors, they've also pretty much waving the white flag. They're sitting guys in this game as well. This is a game the Pacers should come in here and throttle them. The Pacers, one of the fastest up and down teams in the league. Pacers looking to build some momentum for the postseason. We know the Raptors are done. This is a spot the Pacers should kick the crap out of the Toronto Raptors. I see no reason to take Toronto here. I think they're done. I think they've, packed it in for the season. With the season coming down to an end. This is a Pacers-style game. Pacers should come in here and win this game by double digits. I lean in their direction. Next game up, man, we got the Miami Heat out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks, 3.5-point home dogs here. This is an important game, low-key, for both teams. Hawks still battling for playoff positioning with the Bulls. We know that it's going to be Bulls and Hawks in the play-in tournament, 9-10 in the East. It's just a matter of who's home in that basketball game. So Hawks do have a little motivation here. Miami, hey, they're still battling for playoff seeding as well. They're currently 8th seed in the play-in, can, fight their way out of it. I think Miami wins this basketball game. I do. I usually don't like laying points with Miami. That's mainly at home, though. When I do like laying points with them is on the road against teams I think they are better than. The calendar has turned to April. We know what the Heat are in April, May, and June. It's that time of year for Miami, and I don't want to be on the other side of them. We know what's up with Atlanta. You see it on your screen. 28-50 ATS. That's league worst. It's the worst ATS team in the NBA. They're covering at a 35% clip this season. I cannot trust the Atlanta Hawks. I cannot trust them. It's a Miami-style game. Miami getting healthy as well. Rozier may not play, but Hero back. I like the Heat here. They should win this game fairly comfortably. Next game up, we got the best record team in the NBA, the Boston Celtics, out on the road facing the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks, 1.5-point home dogs here, man. Milwaukee has been a very sharp falling knife recently. They've kind of left that 2-seed door open for a couple of teams right behind them. It's a huge game for them. The Celtics, this game really doesn't mean anything. They got the 1 seed locked up. They got the overall 1 seed locked up. The Celtics have balled all season. Best record in the league. I understand, what's going on here. I see Horford game time decision and Porzingis game time decision. I think that's something we need to watch. For the Bucks, I see Middleton and Giannis and Beverly all game time decision. In all honesty, I think those 3 play. This game is huge for Milwaukee. Again, they can lose the 2 seed. The Celtics is really meaningless. The thing is, though, I know Boston has nothing to play for, but that really hasn't changed what they've done. Smash Portland. They didn't cover against Sacramento. They should have. They didn't. But smash Oklahoma City, smash Charlotte, smash New Orleans. Like, they've been smashing teams. The Bucks, man, lost to the Knicks, lost to Toronto, lost to Memphis, lost to Washington. Will Milwaukee probably try to show up here, bounce back game at home, go balls to the wall? Maybe. But do that mean I want to play them against Boston? No, it doesn't. What have I said the last 2 to 3 weeks about the Celtics? Unless you have a clear and concise reason to fade them, don't do it. And the way Milwaukee has played recently, I'm not going to do it. I don't trust them. The Celtics are head and shoulders the better basketball team. I think the Celtics win this basketball game. I'm going to lay the points with Boston on the road. Let me pop that back up. They've been the much better ATS team this season as well. 40, 34-3. Milwaukee, 33, 44-1. Milwaukee, one of the worst. Boston, for being overvalued and overrated in a lot of games they've been in. To be that your ATS record says a lot about the Celtics, man. It says a lot. I think they're head and shoulders better. They should win that basketball game despite the extra motivation there for Milwaukee. They've had that same motivation against those terrible teams and couldn't get it done, so why will they get it done against Boston? We got the New York Knicks out on the road facing your Chicago Bulls. Bulls, 4.5-point home dog. Sign me up, man. Give me Chicago. The Knicks, I haven't really liked what I've seen from them over this last month. I mean, Brunson is hooping. Y'all know I love Brunson, former Mav. He been hooping, but outside of that, I haven't really seen anything to suggest the late points here with Milwaukee. I know Chicago's kind of been free-falling too. Losses to Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando. But they also just beat the Knicks. They just beat them. 108-100. Just beat Minnesota 109-101. The Bulls, they're a tough team to figure out. They win the games they're really not supposed to, and they lose the games they're supposed to. That's been the Bulls recently. I do see Caruso, DeSumo, and Kobe White all game-time decision. I need to know what's up with them, but getting the Bulls here, home dog, sign me up, man. Again, Bulls still battling with Atlanta for who gets that home court in that playing game between those two. Knicks still kind of battling for playoff seeding here. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the Knicks right now. Are they slightly the better team? Yes. But on the road, do I trust them? No, I do not. I'd much rather have the points in my back pocket or attack the plus money with your Chicago Bulls. Next game up, man, we got the Orlando Magic out on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Hey, I think this is one of the toughest games on the entire card today. The Magic, of course, they're the number one ATS team in the NBA. These boys be balling. You've made more money betting Orlando than any other team this season. They are covering at a 64% clip. 50-28 ATS this season. Thing here is the Houston Rockets are the best home ATS team in the NBA. Also one of the best ATS teams in the NBA at 42-34-2 overall. But at home this season, the Houston Rockets, 26-13-1, covering at a 66.7% clip at the crib. Technically, Orlando and Houston are dead tied because Orlando's 26-13 at home as well this season. But Houston's number one. I guess you could say they're tied. But Houston's the one at home here in this one. Houston's eliminated. They were really technically eliminated a couple nights ago against the Golden State Warriors. They were officially eliminated the other day, losing to the Mavs. The Magic can still get all the way up to the number 2 seed. So the Magic definitely have something to play for. Technically, they can still fall in the seedings as well. So the Magic, we know they're going to come in here and want this basketball game. Rockets really have nothing to play for. But that didn't stop the Rockets from trying to beat the Mavs the other day. I was in attendance right behind the basket. The Rockets was hooping. Jumped out. What was the lead early in that game? 24-5? Yeah. And that was on the road. We know the Rockets don't hoop on the road. They ultimately didn't even end up covering in that game in overtime. That was crazy. I had the Mavs, of course. Crazy cover for the Mavs in OT. But the Rockets played hard that entire game. They showed me no signs of we're done, we're going to tank for this season. This is the Rockets' last home game this season as well. For a team that's played really well at home all season, for a team with the head coach like Ime Udoka, with the team trying to create an identity, with the team with the schedule like they have coming down the stretch, I think the Rockets end their season on a high note is all I'm saying. I think the Rockets have a legitimate shot to win this game outright tonight. I know the Magic are the team with the more extra and motivational factors, but after waking up and looking at this game again, man, I got to go Houston here. Revenge game at home at the crib as the Magic blew them out to start the season, 116-86 in Orlando. I love the bounce-back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game, and we're getting the best home ATS team here in this spot. I got to take the Houston Rockets here, man. I'm going to take them home dog plus the points and straight up on the money line. Next game up. We got a lot of games today, fellas. Next game up, we got the San Antonio Spurs out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies, 3.5 point home dogs here in this one. My bad, I messed up the graphic here. Look, the Grizzlies have beaten the Spurs, 13 straight times? Yeah, it's a hell of a stat, man. Now they got them dogs at home. Whew, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because I do like the Spurs. I need to know what's up with Wemby, though. I need to know what's up with Victor Wembanyama before I officially play this game. Am I rushing to like 7.5 with San Antonio? No. But do I think San Antonio wants to win this basketball game? I do. I do. I do. So, not one of my favorite games tonight. Two bad teams, two of the worst teams in the league. Memphis, the Memphis Hustle is what we call them because they have so many G League players. But I've liked what I've seen from San Antonio recently. Beat the Knicks, competed with Golden State, went on the road to Denver, competed, went on the road to New Orleans, beat them. Should have beat the Sixers in that double overtime game. Didn't and failed to cover. Was disgusting. But here in this one, I think they get the Grizzlies. I do. So I'm going to take the Spurs here. I think they end the streak of losing to the Memphis Grizzlies. Give me San Antonio laying the points in that one. Next game up, we got the Washington Wizards out on the road facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota, a.k.a. the House of Disappointment, laying 16.5 on Washington. Everybody knows I hate laying this many points with Minnesota. They should kick the crap out of Washington, though. They're head and shoulders a better basketball team here. Washington is the worst team in the NBA. Minnesota's still kind of motivated to play here, still battling for seeding in the Western Conference. They could technically still get the 1 seed, 2 seed, or 3 seed. So still something to play for here. Defensively, we know they're going to come in here and play, really good defensive basketball. If the Wizards come in here and have a really bad game, I could see the Timberwolves winning this game by 20 plus. Am I trying to lay 20 plus with Minnesota right now? No. Should they win the game by 20 plus? Yes. Is there any way I'm betting Washington here? No. Small lean on the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're still the House of Disappointment, though. As you see, ATS, 40, 36, and 2. About a 50-50 ATS team. You can't really trust them. So I don't really trust them laying this huge number. But they should win it by double digits. So I will lean in their direction. We got the Sacramento Kings out on the road facing the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. Thunder Buddies laying 5.5 here in this one. I should have bet this game last night. We could have got a way better line. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's back. He'll be back on the floor tonight. Gordon Hayward's out, but Jalen Williams still game-time decision. Keegan Murray, game-time decision for the Sacktown Kings. Kings beat the Nets in their last one, 107-77. Took them way behind the woodshed. Sacramento has won 2 of the 3 meetings between them and Oklahoma City. 105-98 back in November. 128-123 back in December. Both of those two were in Sacktown. The Thunder avenged both of those in the most recent meeting back in February on the 11th. That game was in Oklahoma City. 127-113 win for the Thunder Buddies. Thunder Buddies, man, they've been struggling. No shade. Coming off a significant road trip. I think this is a lock-in spot for them at home, though. Still battling for that 1 seed with the Nuggets, with the T-Wolves. The 3 seed currently can still technically get 2, or I think they can get 1 if enough things happen. But with Shai back tonight, that shows me that they're trying to, get a little momentum, a little chemistry right before the playoffs. I think they win this basketball game. I'm on the Thunder Buddies. Thunder Buddies for life. I know Sacramento as a dog has been one of our spots this season, but the Thunder Buddies have still been one of the best ATS teams in the NBA. I trust them at home, especially getting their guy back. I'm on the Thunder Buddies, man. No reason not to trust them. All right, let's keep it rolling. We got the Denver Chicken Nuggets out on the road facing the Utah Jazz. Jazz, 14.5-point home dogs here. Not one of my favorite games. I know I keep saying that, but honestly, the reason I keep trying to tell y'all that is because we're looking for value right here before the playoffs, Some of the best teams will be just going through the motions, trying to stay healthy and get ready for the playoffs. So I'm not overly in love with laying huge numbers. I can see teams pulling their best guys late in the fourth quarter when they have a sizable lead. And we see some horrendous backdoor covers from some bad teams. So that's, why I'm not necessarily in love with a lot of these games. We're going to pick our spots. My favorite games, the ones I love personally, are over at Pickdawgz Premium. But even here with the Nuggets, the Jazz, they've been an okay ATS team this season. They were really good earlier this season, but they've tailed off recently. The Nuggets are head and shoulders the better basketball team here. In a perfect world, they kicked the crap out of the Jazz here. But we know the Nuggets. We saw them do it last year. They went through the motions to end the season. There's still some motivation for them to win the game. Still battling for, playoff seeding with the Nuggets. With the T-Wolves and the Thunder. Jazz, they have waved the white flag, but this injury report is really ugly for Denver. Gordon, Porter Jr., Murray, Caldwell Pope, Strother, all game time decision. You know what I mean? I lean towards Denver. I'm not betting it, though. I can't bet it right now at this number, especially with the injury report looking the way it's looking. Denver should kick the crap out of them. They should kick the crap out of them. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz backdoored. Here's an interesting game, a game with some real meaning to it. We got the Golden State Warriors out on the road facing the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers, 2.5-point home favorites here. Look, the Warriors are probably going to be the 10 seed. 9 times out of 10, the Warriors are the 10 seed. The Lakers, however, currently the 9 seed, can get out of that 9 seed and still jump either the Kings or the Pelicans. They're a half game back of Sacramento and a game and a half back of New Orleans. Both teams have been sliding. New Orleans has been sliding with the injury to Brandon Ingram, and we've been seeing Zion pop up on the injury report. Sacramento, they've been sliding with the injury to Malik Monk. Lakers can get out of this 9-10 game. We know the 9-10 game, it's a one-game elimination game. Lose and you're gone. Right now, that matchup would be Lakers-Golden State. So the Lakers could avoid a one-game elimination game against Golden State with a win here and a Sacramento loss. They could jump the Kings in the standings and force it to be Warriors-Kings. So for the Warriors, there's no real motivation here for them to win this basketball game. For the Lakers, there's a ton of motivation for them to win this basketball game. I think we see the Lakers come out here tonight at home, at the crib, go balls to the wall, and beat the Warriors so they don't have to play them in the single elimination game coming up here soon. Lakers only have 3 games remaining on the season. They have the Warriors, they got the Grizzlies, and then they got the Pelicans. That Pelicans game, the last game of the season, is going to be huge. Lakers need to win this game, and they could possibly find themselves out of that 9-10 game, which I think would be huge for the Lakers. I know many people want to see a single game, win, go home style situation, LeBron, Curry. I don't think that's what the Lakers or the Warriors want, in all honesty. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers to win this one tonight at home. At the crib, we got the Los Angeles Clippers out on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Suns laying 7.5 here. This line grew. No Kawhi Leonard in this one. In all honesty, I think he's just resting, getting ready for the playoffs. It's not going to matter, though, because it looked like it's a 90% chance it's going to be Clippers-Mavs first round. It's just a matter of who has the home court advantage. The Mavs need the Clippers to lose 3 of their last 4, and the Mavs need to win 3 of their next 4 in order to jump the Clippers for that 4 seed, which is very plausible. When you look at the Clippers' upcoming schedule, they got the Suns today. They got the Suns tomorrow in LA. They got the Jazz, and then they got the Rockets. So we'll see. We'll see. Looks like the Suns are going to get this one tonight with Kawhi out. I also see Nurkic game time decision here. Clippers have been playing okay recently. They haven't been playing the best of competition, but we got to give credit where credit is due. But in the double revenge spot at home, at the crib, I got to take Phoenix here. It's Phoenix. I know they've been overrated, overvalued all season, but in the bounce back spot at home at the crib that also happens to be a revenge game, sign me up. And we also know it's fuck the Clippers respectfully. Clippers smashed the Suns last time they seen them, 138-111 in Los Angeles. They also won the first one, 131-122 in Phoenix. But the Suns have been a different team, low-key, the last 2-3 weeks. I think the line is this high for a reason. I know I kind of feel that way, but then I kind of feel like it's the overvalued, overrated Suns. Same old, one of the worst ATS teams in the NBA. But the way the Clippers have played in certain spots, no Kawhi here. Suns actually motivated to win this game to stay out of the play-in. I got to go Suns here at home at the crib. Last and final game of the night, we got the New Orleans Pelicans out on the road facing the Portland Trail Blazers. Blazers, 12.5-point home dogs here. Blazers are awful. Blazers one of the worst teams in the league. All that said, I'm still not looking at like 13.5 with the New Orleans Pelicans, man. Until they get Brandon Ingram back, they're just not going to be the same team. When healthy, when they have McCollum, Zion, and Ingram on the floor, the numbers suggest the last 2 seasons they've been one of the best teams in the NBA. When they're not all on the floor, well, they're the same old Pelicans. And they've been terrible recently, losing 4 of their last 5. They did get a solid win over the Suns in their last one. And they are head and shoulders better than the Blazers. And the Blazers' injury report is a mile long. But I'm not looking at like double digits with this Pelicans team. They still have lost 4 of their last 5. They just lost to the Spurs at home. They just lost and got beat up by the Magic at home. Beat up by the Suns at home. Beat up by the Celtics at home. They probably win this game. But looking to like double digits with them on the road in this spot, banged up, I cannot. Small lean here in our last and final game of the night on the Portland Trail Blazers. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that continue to tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long and Instagram. There's a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including that NBA Play of the Day, man. We've hit back-to-back on that play, looking for our 3rd straight today. You guys can scoop it up. I absolutely love today's NBA Play of the Day. But with the loaded card we have today, 14 games on the schedule, you know I have some premium plays locked and loaded for you boys and girls. You can scoop them up over at Pickdawgz Premium. You can hop on something long-term with the playoffs on the horizon. You know we're going to kick the living crap out of the playoffs just like we did the regular season. And or you can join my Access Club if you're really trying to press and make a life-changing amount of money. The guys that have been in there from the start, that's exactly what they've done this season. And with the playoffs on the horizon again, hey, we're going to smash it per usual. I really do appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls. I really, really do. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. Money Making Tuesday. Huge card. 14 games. We cooked it up. Hopefully we smashed it per usual, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here.